Thinking about how great Valentine is? Wondering how you can bottle that feeling for every day? Pause. Think about it with intentional thought and consider where we go from here. Stay tuned and here with Chakray Dasquay Adderley. You know him. What he got to say about learning to love yourself to access opportunities. Join our co-sponsors, Dom Dev Enterprises and Page Investments, and our friends at Something to Think About. Let us know where you are in the world, what you're thinking, what you want us to talk about, what you want to ask these fantastic guests that we have this evening. And post your questions as we go. Share, and tell everybody that we are live because this is going to be lit. We'll be right back.
Something to Think About with Dale Happy Knowles.
Welcome back to Something to Think About with Dale Happy Knowles. What we say is, what we think, we become. What we radiate, we attract. And what we imagine, we can achieve. Let's change the narrative 242. As you can see, bouncing there in the background there on his side of the fence is Dasquay Adley himself. He's a young, energetic, and he's a stimulating fellow, a creative extraordinaire, founder, writer, producer, actor, entertainer, comedian, and a social media sensation. Wow. Jaquay, as we know him properly, but as we know him on the shows, he's called Dasquay, and he got some really, really, really good reasons. He can tell you why he named that, because, there's power in the name. But, he was once said that it was celebrated as one of 4 Purpose Awareness Month honorees, where he was recognized as an individual that is driven and impactful in purpose. Key tip, people. Tip number 1, purpose. Founder of the amazing movement called Unorthodox, which he can talk about a little bit, and he's a writer, as we mentioned, of this stage play For His Sake, which he did in Abaco, Mashaba, which was a huge success in relation to adultery and the unconventional outcome of it. So we want to say that he is a true creative icon, and so we welcome you to the show, Dasquay. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I was popping to your intro music. That the beat, that's fire right there.
Fire. Yeah.
That's all it, man. That's all it.
Yeah, we got to get you bouncing, man. We got to keep you going. So that's a lot of stuff. But you only been in business, so if you can call it that, for 10 years. And to go through all that to get an Icon Award nominee. You were V-Blogger of the Year in 2019. Where was that? That's global. That's the Bahamas. That's
the Icon Award was the Purpose. I remember the Purpose Awareness Award, and I think the Vlog of the Year Award was what's the name of the award show? You jogging my memory now. That was
okay. But then you also
Elevation Awards.
The Elevation Awards. Yeah,
Elevation
so you were a 2-time winner in Elevation.
Local. Yep.
Local. Yes, but that's big time. But you also have in the last 7 months some almost 4 million Facebook impressions. I struggled to get 3. Not millions. 3 impressions.
Just 3 people.
3, yeah. I guess everything starts with 3.
Trinity
is 3.
My good friend already on here, that's 1. Miss Jen, hi Miss Jen. That's good. I'll win. South Carolina, what's up? That's my friend right there.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Mike, happy birthday. We're going to sing happy birthday today. This is Mike Jordan.
Yeah, we gotta drink some honey and lime first.
Right. So as you mentioned, and as we see right now, there's plenty of love coming your way. And what we know is that too many men, in particular in the Bahamas, only feel love doing Valentine's, and maybe the other time when we get some crab and rice and a
Right.
tie, right?
I gonna say I know if he's feeling love during Valentine. You know what I mean? Our pockets just get empty, and
Yeah,
then we tired of grabbing rice. Like what else? What else could you do? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Well, there's some things, but we can't
Like
talk
buy
about
us
that
a
right now.
car or something,
So, yeah,
private jet,
yachts, man,
a
yachts.
yacht. Yes, thank you.
Cool. So tell us, how does it make you feel to be on top of your game?
Oh man, it's incredible. It's incredible. Definitely a place I never thought that I would be. Um, like I told persons in some interviews that I have most recently on a Journey TV interview, the place where I am, I didn't anticipate. The place where I am was all started out with fear, where persons asked me to do um, one or two things, to host an event, to do a comedy video, to act on stage. And at first, I was nervous, I was scared because I didn't see myself as an entertainer. I didn't see myself in the forefront. But just taking that bold step and saying, yes, okay, I'll try it. Just guide me and I'll do it. That's fine. And taking those bold steps has took me on the path of entertainment, and then doing it for so many years, you learn, you pick up tricks, you emulate, you create, you experiment, and when you find that the sweet spot where persons love and receive what you do consistently, like it isn't like a one hit wonder.
Right,
When
right,
consistently
right.
when you create and you produce and you see people love it and they want more and they want more, and then they want something you say on a t-shirt, then they want to know where you're performing next, or
Yeah.
you have an event and you
All
book it
right, so
out.
we can go through them in a little step by step, so
Right.
people could understand and get the feel. Because
Okay.
part of the show is to try and help people find their space and find their way to get to be successful in their own right, in
Right.
their own, particularly the youth. I know they work very fast, faster than my brain work, but we get there. So when we look at what we're talking about here, now, which of these accolades that you hold in highest esteem?
You mean like the awards and
Yeah,
recognition?
whichever ones, yeah, you would have gotten over the years, whether it's ones I mentioned or some others that I didn't mention,
um I think out of all of
or
the
people you met or whatever. Yeah.
I think phys- when it comes to awards, I think the biggest one that I would always reflect on is the Purpose Awareness Award, because it highlights those who are walking in purpose and are being noticed and impacted and influencing a generation.
Right.
So, the other awards are, I'm happy I got it because it highlights projects that I've done or the things that I'm doing. But the Purpose Awareness Award is more heartfelt because after going on the purpose awareness journey and discovering your purpose, and then you notice that people are honoring you for walking in your purpose, that's a big deal. And then I think recently, last week, I just came back from South Carolina. My first time on an international stage to perform. I was in a
What?
stage play. Yep, I was in a stage play called by Gospel Effects Entertainment called Tomorrow's Still Ain't Promise. And I played a Bahamian character, Bahama Ben, the bartender. And two-night play, first time on an international stage. Persons loved it. They clapped, they cheered, it was an incredible experience working with a all-American cast and being able to be understood and to gel and to mix and still have a good time.
And
That
on
was
time.
that was one of my biggest highlights recently
Cool.
because it just
Well,
happened too.
well, we got some commonalities then, because I was on the international stage too, but I used to be on the
Yeah,
bench.
where?
And I used to be on the bench, and so you
Well,
already
that
get to
count.
see
That
my
count. That
talents,
count.
right? Yeah.
That count. The people next to you could have seen it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
straight. You
different.
straight.
So when we say that now, how easy is it to stay on top or to be on top? How?
It is not easy. Um, I'll segue into when I'm talking to my clients or persons that are reaching out to me for like tips and advice on their business or their brand. Um, Everybody has a ceiling, everybody has a season. It is important to maximize it while you to build it and then maximize it. It is I don't think it's hard to stay on top. You just have to maximize your season. And then what's very important too is to always evolve. If you keep doing the same thing the same way every time,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to get tired of it. You're going to start to do it more lazily. Persons are going to get tired of it. But if you keep evolving and if you keep introducing something new or exploring or learning or
Yeah.
adventuring,
So,
you'll
so
always be like
let's put a
climbing.
pin right there for a second though, because I think I misintent. You mentioned that you said you were on a journey. So, tell us about that journey now. What that journey, your purpose. Tell us about that system, because that's going to be key to what we want to reveal in this.
Okay, my journey of
Yeah.
purpose started when I was a bit younger. When being in the church arena and being in like church groups, um, you start to hear this word purpose. What's your purpose? Walk in your purpose. God gave you a purpose. And you start to ask yourself, okay, what is my purpose? What does He want from me? Sometimes it comes right away. Sometimes it takes some searching to do. Sometimes you have to seek it out. But my purpose, like I said, it was my yes that unlocked my purpose. I'll tell a quick story. In 2013,
You starting to fade. You're going away from your mic. Yeah.
in 2000, you get me?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you better.
2013, a gospel artist by the name of Iman
Okay.
asked me to host a gospel concert, his first gospel concert, and I was like, I don't do hosting. Dynamite Daisy does hosting. Why you asking me? So he was like, yeah, man, just come do it for me. And I'm like, why you asking me? Out of all people, why would you ask me to host your event? Then he said, just do what you do at youth meetings. Just call who's coming next, and you good. So not knowing I was already training unintentionally for the stage that I'm on now. So I went to his event, hands shaking, shivering. I dressed wacky. I put on glasses to help with my anxiety. And I went up there and I did a good job to the point where persons were booking me after that for
Yeah.
youth events. Then they started to book me for weddings and baby showers and award shows and stuff like that. So then after that, I started to pray and I asked God to show me my purpose. And that's when we started back and forth, and He started to show me my purpose.
That's you
He
and
started
God now.
right. This is me and God. Now that I've kind of understand that, hey, I might be walking in purpose already. Let me ask the big chief upstairs, what's going on, bro? Everything cool? So you say everybody got a
You
purpose, so it's
survive.
mine, right? So he told me, the gift that he gave to me is um, is attached to my purpose, and that's when he told me how or taught me how my comedy is not just me getting up on the stage or me getting in front of a camera just to be silly or to make people laugh. He
Right.
showed me the power of laughter. He gave me scriptures. He taught me how laughter is good medicine for dry bones, how laughter is healthy physically, emotionally, spiritually. And he showed me the power of laughter. And that's when I really started to learn how important just being silly is, how impactful it is, how I'm reaching a generation, how I'm reaching nations. While they're giggling, I'm there like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. You're healing it. You're healing them.
Yeah.
You're turning that situation around. You're distracting them from something that's probably stressing them out or bothering them.
Yep.
So
Yep.
definitely, God took me through that journey in sharpening my gift because it was attached to my purpose.
Right.
And when 2018 came, I was on a job for 5 years. He was like, all right, it's time to jump. And I was like, I don't like heights. What you mean jump? He's like, well, you got to leave the job. And I'm like, but I'm making like more than minimum wage. And I say if I had AC, I'm in front of a computer, everything. Where I going?
At a Honda.
And he's right in the, you know what I mean? Well, I ain't even had a Honda. I had a custom, back in the day, customs had these red cars. It was a long lip, flat back car. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. I had one of them. So you know. Um, and I was obedient, and I
Mm-hmm.
left the job. And from 2018 to present 2002, I've never seen a slow day, and each year just keeps getting better. And this is how I know I'm walking in purpose, because God is sustaining and rewarding my obedience. So that is important. That is very key.
Yes, cool. And so you mentioned that um, when I asked you about being on top of how hard it was or how easy it was, and you said it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's key too in success, that people believe that when they get to a point, then they stop working or they stop
Yeah,
trying to develop themselves or become
you're
better.
right.
And you mentioned evolving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to learn that?
Um, Experimenting, basically. At first, I was just a host,
Okay,
and I would always do the like follow a certain
the
guideline
script,
whenever I
right?
get in front of a audience. I reached out a few persons who were on the stage, and they would give me tips and stuff, and I would just follow that to the T. And then eventually, it hit me. Said, you know what? Try something different. How can I be different from everyone else who was doing this? And that's when I started to create and to research and define my own niche. You know, what works for me? What can I do that no one else is doing? So when they see me, they know, okay, this quick.
Right, right.
Because everybody ain't doing what we doing. You know what I mean? So I started to evolve in that way. And then working on my speaking, working on my acting, got up on the stage with Dynamite Daisy, started acting with her, got comfortable with stage plays. And then Cable Bahamas reached out to me one year and it's like, we want you to go commercial. And I was like, me, you know, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. And it was incredible. And it was just from there, learning how to be on set,
Right.
learning the cameraman does, what the director does, how lighting is important, how sound is important. So just exploring, adventuring, taking the jumps, taking the leaps, not being afraid anymore. It widens your horizon. Like
Okay.
persons stay so some persons stay secluded in what they know.
A
So
lot. Yeah.
they never expand their wings to explore the world, to explore the Bahamas, to explore different avenues of even creating wealth, because
Yeah.
each you can monetize each door that you walk through. You never know,
Right.
and create a stream of income. So persons play it safe. I don't play it safe. If they want me to try something, let's do it. If it
Yeah.
work, it works. If not, then it probably wasn't for me. So
Yeah. They
just
say
explore.
you can't steal second base with with your foot on first base.
Right.
So, but on being on your top of your game, you say it's not easy. It's a lot of work and stuff. Is it only glitz and glamour whilst you're there? Because a lot of people believe that they can be living in the limo that they see in the videos and doing all these things all day
It
long.
ain't no glitz and glam. I can tell you that because I pay the same bills. My current is get cut off the same way.
They're on top
I
of
got
countable.
rent just like everybody else. Food prices going up, gas prices going up. It's not the glitz and the glamour. A lot of persons that are in the limelight or the glitz and the glamour have so many. Like you ever heard about big stars who are backed up in taxes, get
Yeah. They
taken.
say,
So you got all this money. Why are you backed up in
right,
taxes? You have persons that are making millions of dollars who are sad, who are depressed. You have persons who are living in a mansion but alone. You
right.
know what I mean? The glitz and glamour. It's not all glitz and glamour. It's not about the glitz and glamour. It's about humility. It's about integrity. And it's about consistency and being comfortable and happy. You don't
Right.
need, if the glitz and glamour is you, go for it. If you have the money to fund it, go for it. But once you're comfortable and you're happy, that's literally all you need.
Right. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So to help people understand that, take us through a day with Desiree.
A day with that. Hold on, I
That's
read
great.
Miss Comment. We ain't gonna let Dasky
Comment?
back on the battle
You got a
show
comment?
stage.
Oh, your comment.
If he doesn't mention his game show done in 2019.
Oh, that's my good friend Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy, Tommy, what's going on? Yeah, boy. The game show on the bridal show in the hotel and everybody, we had a really good time there. at the bridal show. Tommy, don't do that to me, man. Tommy, stop. Um, a day in the life of Dallas Great. Wake up, pray, check emails, go through bookings, check my schedule for the day, see what I got to do, any shoots, any meetings, any scripts, any commercials I got to shoot, any scripts I got to write. Go get me some Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, fun fact, but I'm
What?
always in Starbucks. Yeah, I go to Starbucks for hot chocolate. Don't judge me.
Oh,
Don't
that's
judge
the only
me.
thing I drink out of it if I go. So,
Right,
well,
hot
that and the
chocolate.
limeade thing, whatever that is. Yeah.
Okay, I never had that. I won for 1,000 stuff on the menu. But hot chocolate. Um, I always make it a point, which I think a lot of persons should do, to do at least one thing that makes you happy in a day. It could
Okay,
be a
one thing.
treat, it could be
Right.
a drink, it could be food, it could be peace, it could be rest. So I always try to find one thing that would um, make me happy.
Right.
But other than that, I'm working. I'm in front of a camera. I'm behind the camera. I'm in a meeting. I'm on an interview. I'm helping small businesses to grow. I'm coming up with campaigns. I just did a campaign for Valentine's where I picked 13 businesses, and on my platform, I gave them basically a voice, and they were running Valentine's special, and I advertised it for them. And I told them that whoever shops with them between February 3rd and February 14th, um, they entered to win one of four grand prizes, which was a trip for two to Exuma, dinner for two at Twisted Line, a couple's photo shoot, or a box of chocolates and wine. So that was me planning to help small businesses to get recognition, also to make money, because like I said,
Right.
bills gotta pay.
Yep.
So I'm always working.
Gotta
I'm
eat.
always finding ways to help others or to create content to make others laugh.
That's awesome. Awesome stuff there. And so if I reference my baseball background, since Tommy come on the screen now, because me and Tommy go way back for
Tommy
baseball.
boy,
And,
Tommy's be on TV talking about them sports.
yeah. We didn't know what he talking about too much. Yeah. Yeah, I could pull the show on him today right now, but no,
Ah,
Tommy is a good guy. Tommy is
yeah,
well
boy,
versed,
definitely.
stuff like that. But seriously, so if I reference my baseball background and when I related to say that when I started when I was about 5. I'm sure you might not have started this
No,
then, but
I started in 2010.
yeah. At first, I had all the confidence. I used to play with people 3 years my age, my age, above my age, and so forth. But I had all the confidence, but hitting the ball or hitting the cover of the ball was not there. And so I imagine in most businesses and most things, you had to start from somewhere. So what was that beginning for you?
Where did I
And
start?
what it was like? Yeah. Where did you start
I
and what it was
that
like? Yeah.
that same story. That
Yeah.
same story I told you with Iman asking me to host this event. That was my start. That was literally my start. Yeah. Actually, no.
No,
Let's
but
backtrack. Let's backtrack. 2010. I was home. A lot of people don't believe this, but you gotta believe me, Mr. Notes.
you got me
I
happy,
was
man. And then always call me Mr. Nose. Let's
okay.
get
I know
mixed
you
up for
happy,
you. Call me
happy.
that.
I
Yeah.
know you happy. Um, Growing up, I was very quiet and shy. Believe it or not, right?
No, I don't have no doubt.
Okay, very quiet and shy. In 2010, I remember social media content was Facebook came around, and social media content and YouTube content was getting popular. And you would be watching these people, with their cameras creating videos, and you're like, I'm gonna try that. You know what I mean? But you never try it because you wouldn't put your face out there. You wouldn't think that's your forte or your platform.
Right.
And I remember the Old Spice commercials used to come on.
Oh, they was top notch.
Right. I'm on a horse. Right. One, I remember a particular Old Spice commercial came on, and me being a person that was watching a lot of social media content, I said, "Hey, let me go create one video with this camera I got for Christmas." So I pulled out the camera and I did a spoof. I basically remade the commercial, but I made it Bohemian, and I put it up on YouTube. Persons caught wind of it, and this was the same. This was around the same time as you remember the Stop Liking Man videos. This was around the same time. 2010 was when Stop Liking Man dropped out. And everybody, the whole Bahamas watching it, the whole Bahamas laughing. This was epic. It was viral. Everybody was enjoying it. So that kind of gave me the jump to
The
create
jump
from
encouragement then.
right. So I created the video and I put it up, not thinking anybody's going to see it because I don't have a following. People don't follow me. People don't watch my stuff. I'm small fry. One day, the proprietor or the owner of Collage Entertainment, the Stop Like a Man group, reached out to me and said, "Hey, bro, I saw your video. It's pretty funny, man. You wanna come through to BFM to our rehearsals? Please meet every this, and this." So I'm here freaking out, like, hold on. The
BFM.
viral guys, the viral guys just noticed me, and I don't know how. Like, I didn't send out my video. I didn't share it. How did he get it? And so I accepted it, and I went to BFM into the rehearsal. Was nervous at first. He threw me straight in. A lot of Bahamians learn to swim by getting tossed in the water, and you better make it to shore. You don't make it to shore, then you know. Um, but he threw me in. They were running some rehearsals, and he threw me in, and I guess I did a pretty good job because I officially became a part of the group. And that's where I got my start. Being in that new environment, and again, it goes back to exploring and not being afraid. Your environment shapes your character. So being in an environment of people who are funny, people who are witty, people who are clever, people who are cracking jokes all day, eventually, you take that on, you become your environment. So that started to really shape the comedy and the cleverness in me. And that's how I got started. 2010 collage incident.
2010, right. And so when you look at that story what you just told, or that experience, we always say that, you talk about the environment, but also if you're the smartest person in the room, we always say you need to find another room to be in. And so you found
Right.
another room for you to be in to stretch you into another life. But let's go back further than that. Let's go back to home, to school, to when you first had inclinations of being the wacky fella in the class or whatever it was, or even dating. What were those experiences like?
Um, I wasn't really the wacky fella in school. I
You were the
was,
smart one.
yeah, I was
You're
in
the
my
one I
book.
used to try beat up then. Yeah.
Right, right. I was the one, but I never get bullied. Um, but I was mainly the one who was focused on my books, my education, and stuff like that. I think I really showed my humor or the silly side of me in youth meeting on
Okay.
Fridays because youth meetings were hype. That's when you were free, you were around friends, you're learning about God, and you're playing games and you're having fun. So I
Right.
think the persons who really saw the silly side of me were at youth meetings, um, and that favored me because I eventually became a youth director. So I went from being the youth to being the youth director. So everything that I love, I was able to implement, or I was able to continue, so that the experience I used to have on why I loved coming out to youth meeting every Friday, I was able to now put that on for the other youth, in the youth meeting and in the youth group. So,
Yeah.
like I say, it was already a training ground, not knowing, because I had to conduct youth meetings every Friday. So that's leadership, that's planning, that's negotiating, that's PR. When I brought gospel artists in on Fridays to perform, that's innovation.
Right.
That's it just opened the whole world for me on something I didn't even study for. None of the things that I do
Well,
I
you didn't
studied
study
for.
formally for. Yeah.
Right. But God found a way to train me just in everyday life to prepare me for where I am today.
Right. So you were in a structured system, and that played a role in helping nurturing you into what you are today.
Yes.
So your buddy Red says that Um, so please let me answer that one.
No,
Well, you
no,
can,
no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
you
That's
know,
Jennifer. That's the owner of Gospel Effects Entertainment in South Carolina, where I just came from.
okay, yeah.
So,
So,
Jen, behave.
yeah. So, folks, be understand that we welcome your questions and your comments and your suggestions that you want to put forward on the show, and we will put them to That's Great, and hopefully
Ask me
you'll answer
something.
them
What
in
you
some
want to
way you
know?
want.
What you want to know? What I get for Valentine's? I ain't get nothing. If you want to know that, for the person who asks, I ain't get nothing for Valentine. The last time I saw a basket was in Super Value because no more trolley was available. So that was my Valentine's.
Cool. So you duck the dating part now. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah,
I ain't duck it.
because
I ain't duck it.
because I mean, to me, dating is about relationships and
Right.
being comical, or silly or wacky, whatever word you want to use for it, is about relationship with the audience. And so
Mm-hmm.
part of that to me had to be a learning experience. And so let me ask it this way then. What were some of the obstacles? Because for you to you said at first you were shy,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to come out and be as flamboyant, no, you shouldn't say flamboyant,
Mm-mm,
but
mm-mm, mm-mm,
not
mm-mm,
flamboyant, but
mm-mm.
what's the word I'm looking for? It's
Entertaining.
generous,
Okay.
no?
Entertaining.
Entertaining as you are,
Okay.
right? Yeah. Then there had to be a shift somewhere along the way where either somebody or you had to overcome something in order to be able to do that.
Um.
And a lot of people are being held back by not climbing that mountain that they have in front of them.
Um. I think one of the biggest battles I had to fight when I first got started was doubt,
Okay.
self doubt. Not when you see people doing what you're getting into and they're so good at it, and the love and the response and the ticket sales and the book out shows and the traveling, and you start to and you're not there yet. You start to doubt yourself, thinking, "Hey, I probably won't be as good as them. What if I never get to that place? What if persons look at me and say, "Oh, he just trying to be like, she just trying to be like." There's always that. There was always those thoughts and that fear that I had to overcome on a daily basis. Um, I remember, I forget which year it was. I got invited by a pastor of um, Ricardo Miller. He's a children's ministry specialist. And he had an event at Hilton Hotel, and he invited me when he discovered me to perform at the event. So I went through, in my silver suit,
Mm, I
my
see.
gray silver suit, green high collar shirt up to my ears, baggy suit, my spit shine shoes, and I say, let me go in front of these people and do my thing. So when he introduced me, I went up on stage, I grabbed the mic, and for about 10 minutes, I barely got a laugh.
Oh, I see.
I was doing the jokes that I did in other churches, and they were laughing, they were enjoying. But this room was full of like
Right.
pastors and delegates and stuff like that. They were dressed to the T, dressed to the nine. I don't know if they was just being fancy, and didn't want to
Bohemian.
laugh, or they don't. Sometimes people don't want to be the only one laughing.
I
So
see.
when when I say for 10 minutes, I
That's
was
real
in
minutes.
there. That's real minutes, cracking joke, and me no one laughing like that. All I get is like, I was like, yo, yeah, I think this for me. That's that was a wall. And I didn't run into that wall. That wall slammed into me. After that show, I went outside and I was like, yeah, I think that's for me. This obviously ain't for me. And I was going to give up. Literally, I was going to stop hosting. because I'm like, yeah, I was right. All my thoughts, the false thoughts that I was having was right. I'm not that good. I'm not funny. And lo and behold, a lady came out to me and said, "You did a really good job. You're very funny." So I look at her cross eye like, "Well, why you ain't laugh? You know, when that's laugh, you could have been now one person. You could have been now one person for me. Could I help a brother out? One little tackle. You ain't even do that. You swallow all your laugh with the soup you was drinking.
Right.
So, but that was enough. I think God intentionally let that happen just to show me, um, or to test me. But when she came out and said I did a good job, I was funny, and she got my number to host another event at a church. I said, okay, it probably wasn't me. It was them. They is the problem. You know
There
what
you
I
go.
mean?
Bam. Bam,
I'm the
bam.
problem. They is the problem. So one of the biggest battles a lot of persons, even in their everyday life, face with their businesses, with their gift, with their ideas, is just self doubt. They compare themselves to other people and they feel like they won't be good enough, or they just tell themselves they're not good enough before they even try. So
Try.
they
Right.
never unlock their full potential. And it sucks because I always tell people you were called to the earth for a reason. Not all in sperm cell was swimming. You made it here for a reason. You are literally the solution to a problem. And there are problems out there. There are math equations out there. There are problems out there that will never get solved unless you be obedient, or you show your gift, or you write that book, or you start that business. Persons literally are struggling or need the answer for certain things, and you would never know because you have it at home in a book. You have it at
Right.
home laying in bed, wrap up like burrito, and it ain't even cold. You know what I mean? When something's on your heart, when something's on your mind, just release it. Just put it out there because you are going to change someone's life, help somebody, going to make somebody smile, going to make somebody's life easier. But you have to put it out. I've been putting out content for so long before they got viral. I have videos out there. I don't even watch no more because I just was putting out content because I know out of all these 10 videos I put out, at least two of these got a hit.
Right. Right.
And now when I put out videos, views, recognition,
Right.
I understand the formula. I know the timing. I know when to post, what's the best time to post, how to reach a target, which platforms work best, etc., etc. But stop holding on to your to the solution to the problems that people have. Please, people.
Right. Yeah, and that's what we learned as a child, that everybody who has their purpose is to solve problems that other people have, or challenges. Because I don't like the word problems, but that's fine. My mom here on the screen, that's where it says that I am thoroughly enjoying the show. I had no idea who me was having on the guest. I never knew your name yet, but you're my Jack. Boy, let me tell you something.
Yay!
My mommy this whole have a high standard, and
Right.
you get a Jack on first impression, brother. You saying
What?
something, right?
Yay! What's going on, Miss Iris Knowles? What's going on? Thank you for supporting, and thank you for enjoying my content.
Awesome. So as we were talking about that, then so that would have been your epiphany, that experience there, or was it
No, that
something
wasn't
else?
an epiphany. That was more like
Okay.
a hill I had to overcome, a mountain I had to overcome. My epiphany came when I started doing commercials. When I saw how much honor, trust, and how loved I was, even from corporate businesses.
Wow.
That's when I knew I had something going. Even in 2010, I did a song, Current Off Dread. Just a small video in my car, sweating, and I sang a song, and it literally went viral. Like close to a million views. Bohemians around the world were listening to it. They were messaging me. They were saying this is so good, and everybody knows about the Current Off Dread song. So it was in those moments. Actually, I don't just have one epiphanies. I have several epiphanies where it just hits you like, wow,
Right.
it's working. Wow, look where I am today. And that comes with growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing now. 4 million Facebook impressions in 7 months.
Yep.
Did you change your cell number when you became big?
No, but I got two 7'3" security bouncers. I
Okay.
got police escort. No cash on me, just card. And I have police, they patrol my house every 16 minutes.
Yeah. So why do you think they changed their number though? Because you understand the connection and why people need to connect with you. So why do you think the other people has changed their number?
Just to protect themselves, I guess. There are some persons when they become famous, and persons have their number, they bombard them with, "Hey, check out my music. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. Hey, you have any availabilities? You put me on, man." And they kind of get harassed by persons looking for an opportunity, so they lose their peace or their sense of privacy. So I think that's why they changed their numbers, which
Yeah.
I can understand.
So it's good to look for opportunities, but most of your opportunities that you highlighted today were organic. I
Yes.
mean, they're authentic for sure, but organic. And they're the ones that really stick. Granted, you gotta go through a numbers thing and
Right.
so forth, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Everything was
cool.
organic. Everything was presented to me. And all I had to do was say yes.
Cool. That's great. That's awesome. So you've been listening to Something to Think About with Dale Happy Knowles, and we're here with Das Gray. You know him as that, and we're talking about learning to love yourself to access opportunities. And so he's highlighted some opportunities that he has been given or granted by the good Lord above. And when we come back after this break, little commercial break, we're gonna dive into some of the things that helped him be able to learn himself so that he can take advantage of these opportunities. Actually, the first thing you got to do is identify the opportunities, because if you don't know it's an opportunity, nothing's going to happen. So that's good. We'll be right back after this message.
Sammy's Chicken. There's nothing like it.
Sometimes it's hard to find a company that can get the job done right. At Mission Complete, we do just that. Mission Complete offers a wide variety of services from janitorial to sanitation to pressure washing pool decks and patios. We're also proud to offer COVID-19 decontamination for your home or business. And for those multi-legged critters, we call in our pest control and rodent team. Why call 4 different companies when you can call just one and get the job done? Call us now and let's get this mission started.
Welcome back to Something to Think About with Dale Happy Knowles. We're here with Das Gray Adley. And we're learning to love yourself to access opportunities. Welcome back, Das Gray.
Welcome back to you too, Happy.
There you go, there you go. So this show as we always tell people, is to seek to help educate, inspire, and energize our youth, particularly of the unsung opportunities, the things that are not traditional, the doctor, lawyer, accountant, academic type stuff, things that people don't do on a day-to-day. And what you are doing is what I consider to be unsung in the Bahamas. Even though we have a lot of entertainers and the like in various fields of it, the way you go about it, to me, is different. And so, because a lot of people are just chasing the dollar, but I don't never got the impression that you were just chasing dollar. Yeah, everybody
No,
needs the dollar, but
you need a
chasing
little thing
dollars.
now.
Yeah. You got to
But I
eat.
don't
You got to
chase
eat.
it.
Yeah, and so forth. But it's a connection that you have with your guests and your audience and the like. And Dr. Gary Chapman talks about the 5 love languages. I don't know if you know who he is, but he says that everybody has to communicate with the other in their love language, not necessarily your own. They need to communicate with you in your love language. And once you got that connection, everything grows. And so you're walking to me in that equilibrium, as he calls it. And so who communicates well in those love languages. So tell us, how did you learn to communicate in your audience love language?
Very, very easily. In the entertainment world, I think words of affirmation is strongest with me when it comes to love language. I don't get plenty gifts. If somebody send me a gift, I'll get them a little side like, it's your intentions, what you want, what you want, what you want. But
And the
words,
strings attach it.
right. But words of affirmation definitely is it's fuel. It keeps you moving. It keeps you going. It keeps you reminded that what you're doing is a good thing. It keeps reminding you that, hey, you're doing a good job. People are enjoying you. There's many times I'm out and I walk into a store and the cashier, the worker, the manager would start quoting my commercials, or someone would service me. Like, I made a call today because the same play that I was in South Carolina, they're bringing to the Bahamas. So I called a venue today to book the venue to have the stage play there. And the lady's very professional. Can I get your name, please? I said, Jacoy Adley. Say your number, please. Gave her my number. Then she said, okay, how can I help? And I said, hey, this is it. This is that stage play. I want to book the venue. I'm calling for the cost. She's like, give me 1 second, Mr. Adley. So she clicked over. And when she came back, she was like, now, Mr. Adley, before we get into quotes, I just want to take a quick second to let you know I am your #1 fan. I watch all of the commercials. This is when I met you. This is when I fell in love with you. So, and I get that a lot. Just like Miss Knowles saying she watched my ads on TV. A lot of persons, the older generation, the younger generation. You follow me, Happy? The younger generation,
Yeah.
very young generation, come across my content on television because
Yeah.
they're not really active on social media, where the generation
Yeah.
would see my content. But I just truly feel like when you're authentic, when you're genuine, when you're relatable, and I'll even go to an extent when it comes to my brand by saying when you're clean, you get a lot of respect, you get a lot of love. And when you're actually funny or entertaining, you got gold. You have gold. You don't have to pick your nose to get it. You already have it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You
Right.
got
Right.
gold in your hands already. So once you're genuine, authentic, and you're actually doing it with love, then you receive love back. What you sow, you'll reap.
Right. And multiple times too, if it's so. When we look at that now, so identifying the opportunities that you're going to take, because you have reached the stage now where you have, I guess, offers that you can't take all. You have to
Right?
just choose. So what helps you to know yourself, to know that this particular type of offer is the one connected to you, your spirit, your makeup, yourself?
Well, you said it already just now. If my spirit doesn't take to it, I'm accepting it. I've had plenty of offers come across my table. Some of them just to protect my brand, I had to decline. Some of them, um, from they approach you, they kind of let you know their budget, but their expectation, and it's like this. Sometimes there are businesses that I work with where the budget was small, and I said, you know what, my heart says work with this one. Holy Spirit says work with this one. But you kind of see persons' value of you. Some persons show it from their requesting you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, Also, you have community. I'm not the only entertainer. I'm not the only comedian. You know, shout out to Zaneo, shout out to Soy Boy, shout out to all of the actors, Miss Giggles, Latoya Laughs. We got all of them who are doing their thing, and there's so many. Everyone can eat. Everyone can eat. So, if I'm only one person, I can't take it on. I refer. Hey, are you available May 10th? No, I'm not. But here are 4 or 5 persons you can call and see if any of them are available. So there's a lot of opportunities I can't take on because of time.
Right.
A lot of opportunities I don't take on because to protect my brand and respect of self. A lot of opportunities I do not take on because it just didn't feel like, they honored me before they even requested me.
Right.
Um, so I am spirit led with the offers that I put on the table, and then also sometimes you just go for it. You're not sure what pocket to put it in.
Right.
Should I take it? Should I take it? And sometimes you just take the dive and just see the outcome of it, and it has
Right.
been profitable. Even though you still protect yourself and your brand when you're
Right.
taking these unsure leaps, you got to make sure to protect yourself at all times.
Yes.
Thank you, Alvida.
What did I say? That's great. I'm very proud of you. Yes, 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 yes. I
I'm
think
proud of you
everybody.
too, Alvida.
Yeah, that's my
Mine
dad.
too. Me and I used to play marbles down by Fish Fry back in the day.
Yeah.
She take all my marbles.
Oh boy, she had the steely.
Yeah, she had the steel
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, cat eye.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Cat eye. I think that one. Yeah. I know she go. So Tommy, you wanted to hit a commercial? We got one better than that for you. This one just for you. Go ahead, Madam Producer.
Run it.
World is in trouble when sun come out. Out and about. Thing called Celsius, thing called Fahrenheit. Run for the shade. Or go babe. Run it. Whoa. Somebody please tell me the temperature quick. Cause this humidity is thick. Said the sweat from my pores is my body crying. Feel like I'm slowly dying. If anyone who has this half air can do, I miss you. Please let me come through. See, heat stroke. Heat stroke. This heat that we have should not be taken for a joke. Say hot flash. Lord, please have mercy this summer, cause all our wife mash. Check the rhythm. Lord, bless us with that Antarctic breeze, or let us experience true winter.
Whoa, big tour.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's a Baker Boys originally.
Come on, the ultimate musical experience.
Oh, you got Alvira laughing all over the place. Cool. Yeah, Tommy, that's for you, just for you, because that I don't know, that those things just resonate with you. You just have this touch, and I congratulate you for it. The good Lord has blessed you in abundance.
Thank you.
And so forth, right? And so when we look at this whole process, though, you applying this to your skills and your adapt and whatever. We didn't talk about it earlier, but in purpose, the way I was taught was that when you're doing things that you are at peace and makes you happy, then you are doing what you are put on this earth to do as your purpose.
Yep.
And I don't know, do you agree with that? Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give the youth out there in relation to developing this knowledge for them to live in their purpose so that they could know themselves and take advantage of the opportunities? Because there's opportunities all over the place. The question
Yep.
is, are we identifying them that
Right.
matches you, the individual?
Before my platform became successful, I had to identify who I was.
Okay.
Very important. Once you discover who you are, once and when I say that, some people leave it vague. What do you like? What do you don't like? What are you very good at? What are your skills? What is your gift? What are some recurring things that people tell you? Oh, you're really good at this. Oh, you have a voice. Oh, you're really
Right.
good with your hand. Like, just putting all that into perspective. What is your dreams and aspirations? Writing all them down and seeing where they connect could kind of give you a guide on which route to take or which avenues to explore. What opportunities have been afforded to you? What opportunities have you declined that
Right.
you should have taken? What frustrates you? This is a big one. A lot of people don't know that the things that frustrate you may be the things you're called to deal with.
Yeah, what angers you? Yeah, that's what
Right.
they say. Yeah.
If there's a lack, if there's a place that frustrates you, maybe you're the one that's designed or that's ordained to
You to
to
do.
create a solution or um, to bring resolve to that area. So once you tap into yourself and you know who you are, and you start to adventure and you start to work hard and research and dive into the things that you love, and you start doing the things that make you happy, the things that make you free, the things that make you money, finding ways to monetize the things you're good at, your gifts. Re-strategize. It might not work the first time, but keep
Right.
re-strategizing until you find what works, and then hold on to that, and then make it work, make it work, make it work, and then evolve it. Just branch it out a little bit more, make it work, make it work. You cannot lose, and especially with God on your side, guiding you. I literally felt during my journey, I felt like a, God was being, I felt like a child, and God was the parent, and He would hold my hand and He would walk me into a room and be like, "Hey, you see this, right?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And then He'll just like let my hand go and be like, "Go explore." And in exploring, I created a fun place for myself, a safe place for myself, and a place where I can make money that makes me happy every day. And I promise you, you cannot go wrong. Those ideas, those those business ideas, those books, those things that you put on the back burner or that you doubted yourself with, the things you're afraid to do it, do it, do it. You have to do it. People might not understand, and I'll end with this. People are not going to understand it. When you think about dirt, you just think about dust, right? You don't want no dirt in your eye. You don't want dirt on your clothes. We walk on dirt. Dirt ain't really nothing, right? When you first think about dirt, do you agree, Appy?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we dismiss it. We think
Right. We
it's
dismiss.
no value.
Right.
Yeah.
But watch this. People will see you as dirt. Sometimes you doubt yourself, and all you see is dirt. The idea you have, the mechanics that you have, you see it as dirt. But number one, dirt is the habitat is an ecosystem for living organisms. Things live in the dirt. They thrive in the dirt. That is their home. That is their safe place. That same little dirt we say, oh, that's just dirt.
Yeah,
That's
but they don't
literally
want the
where
children in. Yeah.
that's literally where organisms are thriving and feel safe and they're growing. Uh, Number two, when you put all the dirt together and you form that, that forms ground, and that is now a foundation for things to be placed upon.
Right.
Buildings, streets, cars. It has a purpose. You know what I mean? And last but not least, people can see dirt. You might see dirt. And when I say dirt, I mean like that idea or that thing you're afraid to do, or you know what I mean? that same dirt that people will never understand, or they'll talk bad about you. Oh, she trying to do this, he trying to do that. Why you doing that? You think that go away? I think that go away.
Right.
Don't bother with that. When they see the dirt in the Bible, there was a blind man, and guess what was used to make him see?
Good.
The very thing we do not want in our eyes was the very thing used to make a blind man see. So the dirt that you have, the ideas that you have, the things you're afraid of, open your eyes. There's so much more to see. Open your eyes. There's so much to explore. Stop being afraid. Stop doubting yourself. Stop selling yourself short. Stop starting and stopping. Get that dirt and open your eyes. It is more valuable than you or other people see. And I end with that.
Cool. And in today's world, we hear it in the churches and the byways and the like, where we substitute the word dirt and we use the word dust. From dust we come, and from dust we will go. And so those things are powerful and powerful. But before we wrap up, because we're coming to the end here now, we want a couple of questions more. You, in your movements now, have developed or founded an organization called the Unorthodox, which is a mentorship program. You would have had to have some mentors before. You always talk about God walking you, but I mean, God is where God is. But was there anybody here? And then how will you now turn around that mentorship back towards helping the youth that you have identified in your program?
Okay, so very briefly, Unorthodox is an organization that I formed to help to give young persons a platform to do what they love. So singing, rap, mime, dance, videography, acting, whatever it is, it's a group that I formed to give young people a platform and an avenue to do what they love. They love to sharpen their skills and to be around like-minded, driven young people.
Right.
Because, like I said, your environment shapes who you are. So persons who contributed to me starting that group was Collage Entertainment, because it was a group of people, just, brotherhood. It was family. It was a learning ground. It was a place to come and act, come and learn lines, come and perform, go in front of the camera, and then also socialize, get some laughter, have a family to back you. Also youth meeting, being around, watching the youth leaders lead, and then becoming a youth leader and being able to shape myself in that and learn from that experience. All of that helped me to form that group because I wanted to give other young people the same thing that I was afforded.
Right.
Some persons might never go on their own and do what they love or never tap into anything new unless they get around people or in a zone that kind of pushes them or gives them hope or gives them somebody give them a platform. So Unorthodox has been that platform that I've started. Have been on a break for a little while, but I plan to start it again this year. But that's what it started it, and Collage, Dynamite Daisy, youth, church, just even team building and teamwork inside school. When you have group projects and only two people do the work.
Yep.
So all
And
of
they
that.
always find the same one to talk.
Right. One person talk. Use the smart one, you go talk, present, I know what to say. But all of that has shaped me. Basically, the zones that you're in, the places that you're in, the people you're around, watch closely. You are learning something. You are becoming tolerant to something. You are rubbing shoulders with somebody. It's not by accident. Nothing is by accident. All right. Tap into it and see where it takes you from there.
Yes, and as we wrap up now, I ask this one question here and I was brought up to believe that happiness is a state of mind and that love is a choice. And so we see that as an attitude for success. So where does the attitude that you have come, and where will you push it in the next 5, 10 years? Where do you see yourself pushing that what is your lid that you think you would be in 5, 10 years if you would have full reign to deliver whatever God is putting on your heart?
Um, I'm always grateful. So my attitude, I always have an attitude of gratitude. I'm always grateful for where I've come from, where I am now, and where I'm going. And I will do myself a disservice if I was to even put a lid on, because I had a couple lids. I had a couple of lids. I was like, okay, hosting, that's it. Then I end up on stage play. I say, okay, hosting and stage play, that's it. Then you become a comedian. All right, I could crack joke here and there, create some videos, cool, that's it. Then you become a
Okay, well let me don't call it a lid then. Let me call
okay,
it a goal then, because I mean, everybody, in order to achieve something, you have to have a goal. You have to have something you're striving to
okay.
reach. You
Because
can't
if
get
I put a lid,
to fusion or something without say you can there, right?
right, right.
Okay.
Um, I would say my goal, my life goal, is to be happy, to impact people, and to leave a legacy where I've impacted so much persons or I've helped so much people that their lives are better. That I provided young people an opportunity to do what they love and to make money, and to just leave a legacy of joy. And it goes back to the power of laughter and happiness. Just help a person spiritually, emotionally, physically. That is my goal. So I don't know where life
Might
is
be.
gonna take me, but whether I scared or not, when if God say let's go,
You're gone.
I can dive. I can
Bushcraft
dive it.
man, gone.
You're gone.
Full speed ahead.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's great. It's been a very exciting and enlightening conversation and
Okay.
refreshing to have a conversation of this sort. We really want to have discussions on this show, conversations, not really lectures or anything. And we really appreciate you being here and all of the good work that you are doing. You keep us uplifted coming out of this COVID craziness that we've been in over the last 2 years. It's been very helpful to a lot of people. I watch and listen in some rooms I'm in, and when I hear your commercials come on and people just start squawking and carrying on, that helps, right? Big time.
Mission
Big time.
accomplished.
Yes. And so before we give our final thank yous to you, anything else you would like to leave with the young people out there?
Support young people. Uh, don't be afraid. Um, I got shirts. You can check out my social media handles. I do shirts. I do hoodies. I do hats. I just branded last year. Last week with
Okay.
a smiley face, making
I was
people
going to say
laugh.
a smiley face in it. Yeah.
Right, last week. So you can support me by buying merch. I have different things that go on the shirts and the hoodies. You can support me by watching my videos at Daskway on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, or TikTok. No, TikTok is the new thing. And then you can support me. And what will really make me happy is if everyone that's watching this, under the sound of my voice, find a day to one, treat yourself and do what you love, and two, help somebody else. It could be someone on the side of the road, it could be a family member that's been reaching out, it could be someone you don't know. But that will be a blessing to someone, and the blessing will return to you a thousandfold. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen.
Amen, amen,
That's
amen.
what the pastors do.
Yeah, they be talking about Honda and thing and fast with. That's what the people listen. And we could go another. Peter could
Yeah.
tell you some stories that we used to have in my office and so on.
Oh,
But
Lord.
yeah, we'll have that one underneath the tree
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we'd like to thank you kindly for taking the time out
Pleasure.
to spend with us, and we will always have an open door for you to come back, particularly if you have a specific goal, task, initiative that you want to implement and get out and stuff like that. You're always welcome to come back here.
Thank
We
you.
want to build our young nation and young people in the nation in particular, give them the confidence to know that they can achieve whatever they put their mind to, that particularly is of them. And you are a walking example of somebody who has done that. And we highlight you, tip our hat. I don't have my hat on. If I know you wearing a hat,
I got
I'll
a
put
few.
one on here.
I got a few.
Yeah, okay, good. I got to get one of them. And so forth. And so, thank you kindly. And
Thank you for having
we
me.
welcome you, and we will be in touch with you as we move forward and so
Stay
forth.
happy. Stay happy, happy.
Oh, listen, I had that for my one, so that ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Cool. So, folks out there, thank you also for being a part of us here on Something to Think About this day. We hope this show has been of value to you, and if you have, then be sure to like it, share it with all your friends so that they can benefit from the show themselves. And we look forward to having you here with us again. By all means, stay safe, vaccinate, and if you can't vaccinate, isolate. And that's the things that we ask you to do. Subscribe, like, follow here, as we say. And Madam Producer, thank you kindly for your patience and direction and guidance that we all have here, need on the show. And that's Gray told us to do what makes us happy, and we will be following our purpose and become successful in whatever it is we want to do. Thank you kindly, everybody out there. Enjoy your evening and celebrate.